It's Sunday, April 17th, 2022. I'm TC Kirkham, and this is the Kirkham Report. Hey all, TC Kirkham here, the Kirkham Report. Hello VC and everyone else that might be tuning in. I want to tell you that I disappeared off the face of the earth this week with all my shows because I am actually in the middle of a major project. I'm doing, finally getting this office finished. And doing a few things to the website as well. So I actually chose to construct my time that way this week, and I will be doing that in the background this coming week as everything comes back. We'll have our usual shows where they should usually be. Here we go with the proverbial hour again. I will have my shows of influencers, off the charts, Kirkham Report, rock and reviews, and possibly a couple of other things up this week. I missed them all last week because I was involved with this, but things are looking good, and I hopefully will be introducing those things to you in the near future. This is going to be a very short show, one segment, that's it, and we're going to do it right here with Out of the Box. Out of the box this week from the Oh My God department. My Craft Records order suddenly showed up. My Craft Recordings order that I placed way back in December finally showed up on Friday. I mean, really? This was the second shipment. They had to resip it to me, and that took a month to get here. I won't be doing business with them again on a mail order basis, but they do make some of the greatest stuff. They have great sounding stuff, good quality stuff. We're going to look at these together. I got 4 CDs and 3 albums. The CDs were because I chose to get those because either they were only available on CD or they were cheaper and easier to come by on CD. Like this, box set of indie dance music, 1976 to 1981, for discos only. This has some of Sylvester's early hits, some of Two Tons of Fun's early hits. They were later known as the Weather Girls. A lot of songs that were popular in the dance clubs, most of which came from Fantasy Records. In this 3 CD set, it was a 4 LP set, and a lot cheaper on CD, so I grabbed it on the CD. That'll be fun to listen to. I picked up 2 of Vince Guaraldi's albums from the Charlie Brown movies on CD. The original Charlie Brown Christmas, which I've never had on CD before. This is an expanded edition with a couple of extra themes that were written for later stuff after, I believe they were on like other later specials. And Charlie Brown's Holiday Hits. This features songs from a number of different specials, including the Christmas stuff, Great Pumpkin Waltz, Joe Cool. I think that was first introduced in one of the 70s cartoons, but all of which are performed here by the Vince Guaraldi Trio. And the rest of it is all country music. Now, I'm not a big country music fan, but I did decide to do these because they were less expensive and they were good sets. And I thought it would be a lot of fun, and they had great tunes on all of them. This is a great collection of his hits, and I'm glad to have it on CD. Although my favorite song, oh yes, there it is, it's at number 1. The Best of Ronnie Millsap. This is a Craft Recordings reissue. It has all of his big hits on it, from both country and pop charts. Most of these have hit the pop chart in some way, shape, or form. And then the 3 albums I received here are all greatest hits albums as well. And I've been a fan of these 3 people for quite a while. And I thought, I'll grab these and see how they are, because they were all on sale. And I don't know if they're anything special about the albums or not. I don't remember. It's been that long since I ordered it. But I do love the songs that are on here. Susan Ray's Greatest Hits, 16 Greatest Hits. This includes her Monster Smash LA International Airport, which I loved when I was a kid. Um, she, of course, is best known. She had a number of country hits, and then she retired in the mid 70s, became a wife and a mom and activist, and did all kinds of things. And the best of very best of Buck Owens and Susan Ray. This is with Buck and Susan, all the duets they used to do together. I know quite a few people in the VC are big Buck Owens fans. I've always liked him too, but I've never had much in the way of his albums, and so I decided to give this a try. I think I have one of his albums, or I used to at least. That was one I didn't really recognize, but they did great stuff together, so this will be fun to listen to. Here's the track listing on the back if you want to look at it. You can freeze frame that. And a true legend in country music, and one that I love as much as my mother did, Roy Clark's Greatest Hits. This has all of his favorite songs on it, released shortly after his death in 2015, right, 2018. There's a lot of his, Yesterday When I Was Young, Thank God and Greyhound, the Lawrence Welk, Hee Haw Counter Revolution Polka, all of his other stuff on here. He was just one of the premier country guitarists and a great vocalist as well. And of course the other half with Buck Owens, of the host of Hee Haw. Great stuff, and the Craft recordings gives me hope that they will be absolutely top-notch vinyl versions, because for all the trouble they have with their mail order, I have never had I've got 2 or 3 other Craft recordings issues around here that the sound quality is phenomenal. So I cannot knock them on that. So this will be fun to listen to. And I have a few more things to show too. Hang on just a moment. It would not be an out of the box without 45s from Dawn and Mary. My latest shipment have arrived from my purchases from Two Hip Chicks. Check them out at Two Hip Chicks, the video channel, TOO Hip Chicks on YouTube. Another 45s, 10 of which I believe are picture sleeves. And some of these I do have, and I knew I had that, but there were a few mixed in with these lots that I was like, I really want that. Wanted it for a long time. We'll get there in a minute. But the whole list it looks like this. Pat Benatar, Treat Me Right. And Never Want to Leave You on the flip side. Never Ending Song of Love, Delaney and Bonnie and Friends, along with Don't Deceive Me, Please Don't Go on the flip side. Another Time, Another Place, and You're the Window of My World. Let me try to get this so I can actually show it. It doesn't want to turn in the sleeve. That's how tight these new sleeves are that Dawn and I have been buying. From Engelbert Humperdinck. This was one of the ones in the set that I was like, buying this set just to get this one single. My babysitter had this when I was a kid. I have loved this song forever. I love Stacey Lattisaw's hit remake of it, but this is the original. Love on a Two-Way Street by The Moments from 1970. Stang Records. This is the only record by that label I have in my collection now. Thank you, Dawn. That's a grail for me, a 45 grail. Faces and Stay With Me. And You're So Rude. Rod Stewart, of course, was part of that back then. I needed a new copy of this. I don't think mine's in very good shape. How Can I Be Sure? And Ricky Soon from David Cassidy. Love his cover of this song. Like the original, too. Conway Twitty, Tight Fittin' Jeans and I Made You a Woman. Conway's not one of my favorite artists. I doubt this will get much play. We'll see. Manhattan Transfer, Boy from New York City, and The Word of Confirmation from 1981. Had this already, but it's still a fun song. And it was nice to see it be a big hit on the country chart, even if it didn't really cross over to the pop chart. Mississippi Squirrel Revival. And the flip side, Ed Nostril from Ray Stevens, of course. Only Ray Stevens could do those. Barbra Streisand, Woman in Love, and Run Wild. Reissue of Dizzy and Hooray for Hazel by Tommy Rowe. If it's the last thing I do, and you won't let me walk on the water. You won't let me walk on the water? By Thelma Houston. Got this for a reason. I wanted this. This is another one I said I want to get that whole set for this. This is a rarity, and a promo that has 2 different songs on each side. Johnny Mathis and Take Good Care of Her, and the theme from the 1972 film Walking Tall. That's what I was looking for. Never heard Johnny do that. I forget who, unless he did it in the movie. I don't remember him doing that in the movie. John Denver, the Cowboy and the Lady, Until You Opened My Eyes. That, of course, was Bobby Goldsboro originally. And also, Brenda Lee had a hit with it called The Cowboy and the Dandy. Cowgirl and the Dandy. A gender flip version. Raiders. Formerly Paul Revere and the Raiders. And Indian Reservation, The Lament of the Cherokee Nation Reservation Indians. Great song for activism at the time. I don't know whether you could play it now. Another promo from Columbia, Peter Nero, Company and Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. Easy listening, obviously. Johnny Mathis, Rockin' Pneumonia and the Boogie Woogie Flu and Come Home America. Anti-Vietnam War song. Had this already, but it's a great song. I just got the actual copy of this from Dawn a couple weeks ago, but this is the Memory Lane issuance. Please Come to Boston, and Someday by Dave Loggins. As you can see, I need to make those for all my singles. Ardeen Taylor, Indiana Wants Me and Loves Your Mama. Loves Your Name. Sorry, I can't read worth crap. Billy Crash Craddock. Here we go with these country songs. I Just Need You for Tonight. And Leave Your Love a Smokin'. Okay. Well, at least he's upfront and honest about that. Carpenters, They Long to Be Close to You. And I Kept on Loving You. Eric Reissue of Puppy Love. And Adam and Eve by Paul Anka. Ian Hunter, Just Another Night, and Cleveland Rocks, the original version of the song that eventually became the theme from the Drew Carey Show. It's actually included on the Drew Carey Show soundtrack. Another copy, like 4th or 5th so far, of Rhinestone Cowboy by Glenn Campbell. Promo, this is odd too. Same exact version on both sides, which normally you get mono and stereo, but this is the stereo version. And it's because it's from the mid-'80s rather than the 70s. Play the Game Tonight by Kansas. As you can see, the demonstration not for sale up there. Eric Records reissue of Big Boy Pete. And Dance by the Light of the Moon by the Olympics. I don't know this one. This is the first one and the only one in this, along with I don't know the Billy Crash Craddock either, the country stuff either. Suddenly, Olivia Newton-John and Cliff Richard from Xanadu, backed with If You Made Me Love You, or You Made Me Love You. The Romantics, Talking in Your Sleep, and I'm Hip. Classic from the early 70s, Sweet City Woman and Greater Road by the Stampeders. And one I'm not so sure I would really want, but because I have, I mean, it's still used all the time without mention of who did it and why it's not mentioned. Rock and Roll Parts 1 and 2, Gary Glitter. Picture Sleeves, great stuff here. Blondie, The Tide is High. Jody Watley, Still a Thrill. Bruce Springsteen, Hungry Heart. Elton John, Wrap Her Up. John Fogerty, The Old Man Down the Road. Sheena Easton, Morning Train, 9 to 5. Elton John, Blue Eyes. Stacy Q, We Connect. Kenny G, Songbird. Don't have this on picture sleeve. It's the first picture sleeve. And Naked Eyes, What in the Name of Love. So a really good haul from Dawn and Mary this time. I have more coming in the next week, more 45s from Dawn and Mary. My black box should be here in the next week for this month. I might have a couple of other things out there too. And that's out of the box for this week. Before we go this week, I told you it's a short show. I want to remind you that I am on Mondays at 10:10 p.m. Eastern live after the American Song Contest. This week is week 5, the finals of the qualifiers. And then after those qualify the following week, we'll find out which of them plus the 2 redemption songs will be going through to the 2 semifinals and the finals. It's not an overwhelming hit, but it's done well enough. I think NBC's going to renew it. We'll see what happens. And of course, Eurovision is coming up. My Eurovision countdown coverage has slacked this week because of the work I've been doing. It will be caught up by the end of the day tomorrow, because as I'm doing this, that's the 18th. We are off of work because it is a state holiday for Patriots Day. So I will be able to sit here and get all caught up with everything again and finish up most of what I have to do in here. Next week we'll be back to the full schedule with stuff. I have more artists you should know piling up. I've got plenty of shout outs I need to do. I have a few cover story ideas in mind. We'll be doing some specials in the near future. I have a Eurovision overview coming up the week before Eurovision in early May, and Summer of 78 is coming July 4th weekend starting June 30th. We have a lot more stuff coming up in the near future, and everything I've been doing this past week is to make my website, thekirkhamreport.com, better for you. I hope you will come over and see the improvements over the next few weeks. It's going to take probably about 3 to 4 months to get everything in place, because I'm doing a whole bunch of new features and new sections and stuff, and doing those one at a time. Of course, it's going to take a while, and I'm trying to make it more accessible and more fun for everybody to come over and find all the goofy stuff that TC looks at and pays attention to as part of his daily musical routine, shall we say. I hope that you'll continue. I will be up sometime this week in addition to my shows. I promised Beth I would do the new soundtrack tag. I'm going to get that done this week. I got a couple of other things I want to do, tags and contests, so I'll get those up this week if I can. Plus, we will be back with Influencers Tuesdays at 4. Off the Charts Thursday at 4, Rockin' Reviews Friday at 4, and this week the Kirkham Report will return to its normal Saturday at 4 time slot. And hopefully you'll be there. Plus, a week from Monday, the date would be April 25th, episode 2 of my newest thing, Finding Your Music Mojo. This is a joint venture with two hip chicks, Dawn. We are talking about collecting for the novice and the intermediary collectors. It's not something that's geared for the audiophiles, but we're trying to give some advice and some information for those who are looking to get into vinyl collecting. We got a lot of positive feedback on the first one, and I hope that you will enjoy it, and it should be up every other Monday. Alternating channels. The second episode will air on Two Hip Chicks, so please go over to the Two Hip Chicks website, and I'll have it here a couple of days later, but Dawn gets first dibbies on that one. And after that, we'll be back here 2 weeks after that with the episode 3, as things stand right now. Lots of interesting stuff coming up in the weeks ahead. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Please pass the word out. I really appreciate all the new subscriptions I've gotten in the last couple of weeks. I think it has a lot to do from people in the resale community pushing these, so thank you very much, guys, over there. Don and Mary, Johnny at Return of Cajun Roots Reseller, and other people giving me a good word, so thank you very much, and I appreciate all the new subs. And please leave a comment. I love hearing from you. I do apologize for the show being so late and I'm so short, but I've got so much to go on. And I'm still waiting to get the package I ordered for myself, which has one of the things I'm going to be giving away for Robert's Lottery. So it will be coming eventually in the next week or two. Hopefully it will be here. And I will be able to get that to the winner there. a lot more going on, a lot more coming up as the summer moves closer and as we get through the summer. And I hope you'll enjoy it all. Until then, I'm TC Kirkham, the Kirkham Report. I will see you soon. Ciao, baby.